So kami ni Beshi ang inyong mga HR. Beshies! Tatumigan tayo. HR, paano? HR, Beshi.
Wala. Kailangan content yun.
Kami ang inyong mga HR Beshies! Jamie.
Hello, Beshi Lowell. How are you?
I'm doing good. Ito, nandito lang sa bahay, medyo bored. So, ito, gusto natin gumawa ng something productive and something informative and something helpful para sa ating mga friends out there, ating mga Beshies. So for some, this is a career strategy. For some naman, this is a red flag. Diba? So, we'll be tackling a very important issue in the workplace called hopping or job hopping. So, our topic for tonight is whether it is good or it is bad to job hop.
Ayan. So first off, let's start to answer the question, what is job hopping?
Ano nga ba yan? Sige, Beshi.
Not long ago, di ba, Beshi, workers stay in a company for a long time and get rewarded upon retiring. And that is always our perspective when it comes to staying at work, right? And being and being the best employee.
Oo,
diba?
parang loyalty, ganyan, di ba?
So, however, nowadays, employees, especially the young generation of millennials, are more open now to job opportunities and switching of jobs in a short span of time.
Well, Beshi Jamie, ako naman, parang as a recruiter, sa amin kasi, we look at medyo red flag siya kapag less than a year, diba? Less than 6 months usually, and kapag 3 months, 4 months, and then another job na naman. Because one thing is, because it implies that probably the person wasn't regularized, ganyan.
Actually, what you're saying is that perspective kasi on job hopping differs on two views. First off, is an employer, and second, of course, is an employee. And what's a good thing about that is both of us can share about these two perspectives since we are also hiring managers ourselves, HR managers ourselves, and at the same time, hoppers ourselves.
Hoppers ourselves, diba? Okay, sige. So let's start siguro with sharing our experiences as hoppers, and then let's move on to what are the advantages for us na nag-hop tayo in a sense. I started my career in the shared services industry. So very back office yung work, transactional, repetitive, ganyan. So ako as a person, ako kasi when we were in school, I was a student leader, ganyan, always active in school activities, ganyan. So hindi ako sanay na parang isa lang yung ginagawa ko, kailangan sabay-sabay, madami. Na-master ko yan, yung multitasking. So feeling ko, nung pagdating ko sa workplace, parang ano tong ginagawa ko? Parang very easy and parang hindi masyadong na-challenge yung utak ko. So ako naman, that's the first reason why I hopped. I only stayed in my first job for 1 year. So, cut the long story short, I used hopping to learn, to build the skills that I want for myself. Because at the back of my head, I know kung ano yung gusto kong marating na position, ano yung klase ng role na gusto kong magkaroon. So, yun yung hinanap ko. That's why I transferred from one company.
So I think for me, job hopping made me explore the different areas of HR and the different environment also of the company. For me to be able to say now that, oh, this is the one that I like, na specific na. Na I really like facilitating, I really like training. We're in, nagagawa ko naman siya talaga. It's not as specific as this that I do designing to conducting. If you're going to job hop, make sure it is strategic.
Correct. Okay. Yun, exactly.
Coming from that, parang medyo emotional ka pa, diba? Afterwards, kung job hopper ka na, bata ka pa ngayon, so if you're watching and you're young and parang pangatlo mo na in a span of 2 years pa lang after graduation, so maybe it's not time for you to realize things, and so that on your next hop, that will now be strategic. That is where you'll start to become strategic, to think more about what you can do.
Coming from Jamie's point na be a strategic hopper, ang ginagawa ko, nagsustalk ako ng mga tao sa LinkedIn. So I always check kung ano yung career path nila, ano ba yung klase ng roles na pinupuntahan nila in order to be like this after 5 years, ganyan. So, yun, always, whenever I'm giving career advices to employees or to friends, ganyan, I always tell them, have priorities, parang set your priorities because that will help you identify kung ano yung gusto mong marating, diba? Kasi if your priority is a higher position, so yung pagiging strategic hopper mo should be based on that premise na you wanna be, say, a manager after 5 years. So you don't hop from one job to another na same level lang. So when you hop to the next level, make sure yung hop na yun is worth it, diba? You're doing that hop because it's gonna help your career. It's gonna help you reach your career goal to be a manager.
Or kung hindi ka naging strategic job hopper, that is when job hopping will cost you a lot.
Correct. Okay? So, doon na tayo sa next topic natin, no?
So with that, Lowell, our number one con, it will cause you to have a competency disadvantage, which is one thing that is being looked at whenever you are passing a resume, submitting a resume, whenever you are interviewing and looking for a new role. So, kung may na agad yung competency development mo because you weren't able to reach at least man lang become adept at one role, di ba? At a certain competency kasi nga sobrang palipat-lipat. That will really cost you a disadvantage on your competency that kung in reality talaga, and what's best is that once you have all of these competencies, that should really be good for you. But for this one, it will cost you disadvantage. So that is our first one.
That is our first. Second is somewhat you'll have a difficulty in landing another job. Kasi coming from your first point na you'll have competency gaps, diba? Another one is, again, we cannot remove the fact that that a lot of managers, a lot of HRs in our country are still traditional in a sense, diba? So, paper screening pa lang, usually hindi na nila pinapansin, diba? Because nakita nila short stint, ganyan, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. So yun lang, medyo disadvantage talaga siya na your career opportunities may be limited to those organizations that don't look at length of employment as a red flag. Yeah, I think third is financial stability. Of course, that's part of our lives as adults, no? When you're 20, 21, ganyan, starting your career, it wouldn't matter. But as you progress in your career, that's one of the disadvantages of transferring from one company to another. Why? Because when you transfer from one company to another, tendency is, of course, may bold pay ka, so may months ka na wala kang salary, or some other people kasi, and we can discuss this some other time, no? Some other people leave their jobs without another job waiting. For me, that's a big no-no kasi. So, but if that happens, that can cause a lot of financial problems, financial instability on your part. So I think that's another disadvantage.
I think from these three things, actually, this also mirrors the positive things that you can have. You are a strategic job hopper. So if these are the cons, if you're mindful in your hopping, okay, and transferring, number one, syempre, you will have a competency advantage. Because if other people can just offer these competencies because of what they have in their experience for 2 to 3 years, ikaw, because of your transfers, you can have a lot more because you've experienced more challenges, Diba? You were able to talk to different roles, to different bosses, to different companies, maybe even with different focuses in the industry. So that will be an add to you, diba, Lowell?
Correct. And yes. I can vouch for that. Especially since I've mentioned I'm a strategic hopper, it made me become a supervisor at age 23. Ganyan. So not to brag, but that's one of my achievements because I've been a strategic hopper. I was able to gain the necessary skills that I needed because, as mentioned earlier, yun yung career goal ko. So that's number one. So connecting to number two, I think that's related to number two, no? So having more career opportunities. If you get more skills, gaining experiences from those jobs, instead of having a career drop, it can actually accelerate your career.
Lastly, syempre, aside from all these things on the advantage, syempre yung career track mo maganda. When it comes to your way of living, you will also see that it will become faster. We also know that results also comes into financial abilities, right? That is also one way to see where you are, di ba? On track of what you're doing. So these are the three things you can have if you are a strategic job hopper. Now, don't you worry if you're not, because that is where we, and especially Lowell, is here so that we can share to you how can you manage yourself if you're a hopper and how can we make the best out of it.
I think my first tip is about self-branding. It's how you brand yourself, how you write your CV. Because if the recruiter or the hiring manager would see that your hop makes sense, okay? If they make sense, or there's a logical pattern on why you transfer from one job to another, they might consider you. So that's one way of turning things, diba? Turning your disadvantage into an advantage. So that's one. So okay, I think my second tip is set a goal. Okay, you cannot hop your whole life. Let's face that reality. I think to reach that point in your career where you have to be established in a specific industry or a specific role, and that's where you move up the ladder na. Okay? So what we're saying here, part of being a strategic hopper is there should come a point where you somewhat stop hopping, but you don't stop being curious, you don't stop being ambitious, diba? It's just that you try to settle down in a company, prove your worth, diba? And that's where you grow your career, rise up the corporate ladder. So yun, that's my second point. So
actually for this Lowell, diba, katulad ng sabi ko kanina, kasi pa nag-explore ka pa, it's more of the goals that you want, the position that you want, the outcome that you want. But as you progress in your working experience, you would realize that what's important is that you should be able to have a vision already for yourself, because that will help you align all your hopping, okay, in the same area.
Correct, yeah.
In the same direction, so that you won't jump up in another universe. Kasi mahirapan ka nang bumalik sa kabilang universe kapag lumipat ka. So, you have to have this vision, as said by Lowell, and that's where you will chunk your goals.
Ako, last na lang, Beshi. So we've talked about what are the things that you have to do when you transfer. Okay? But I think we missed the point of you should probably consider as well maybe hopping internally muna. Speak to your manager, you become honest to your manager. This is my goal. These are the things that I'd like to learn. Can you give this to me, or can the company provide this exposure to me? And if they say yes, wag ka na umalis dyan, Beshi. Ibig sabihin, they're really caring for you. Parang genuinely would like to hone you as a professional. So, yun lang. Siguro, because it's not always palabas ng company. Baka you should also think internally. Maybe you're in HR right now. You want to move to marketing. You want to move to IT, ganyan. Maybe you just get the right exposure in a couple of months, in a couple of years, mapupunta ka dun sa role.
So why is it helpful on being strategic? Number one, you would also create that loyalty advantage.
Correct.
Diba? Na makikita kung if ever lilipat ka man sa susunod. And second, you will not be wasting resources on finding out for another company, submitting all again the requirements, when you can even get that hopping that you want to have, or that hopping advantage that you want inside your organization. So that would be very efficient. And again, strategic for you.
Okay. So, Beshi, Jamie, thank you so much. No? And I'm really happy that we're doing this because we get to share our experiences, our knowledge to our HR colleagues and to the young professionals out there. Okay? So salamat mga Beshi for listening and for watching. I hope you support us by clicking subscribe and giving us a thumbs up. Yeah, and so if you have questions, related to what we've discussed, or if you have suggestions on topics that you'd like us to cover in our next videos, comment them here sa YouTube or on Facebook. Beshi?
Yes. Before we leave again, let me just remind you to be a strategic job hopper.
Correct.
Okay. So again, we are your Beshies. I am Beshi Jamie.
And I'm your Beshi Lowell, your HR Beshies. Wala, hindi talaga nag-work. Bye-bye.
Ganyan na lang.
Ganyan na lang. Bye-bye, HR Beshies.